Hello everyone, this is a video on how to uncapsize. When the wind is picking up recently, I've been watching a lot of capsizes and no one really understands how to right the boat back up. So this is going to be a video teaching you how to uncapsize. But first I'm going to address the reasons that I see the most common reasons for a capsize. So hopefully we can prevent these. Out of all the reasons that you might capsize, I think overestimating your capabilities is the easiest one to overcome. You can prevent this by grabbing rad sails if you know you're going to be overpowered. You can luff your main completely. You can try to avoid puffs as you see them. So just don't be silly. If you know you can't do it, don't go in it. Look, the wind's moving in. Whoa. Do you see that? Do you want to go in it?
I'm going in there.
Let's go in there. So this is a clip of me proving my exact point because not even 2 minutes after I said that, we capsized. So one I see a lot, especially from unexperienced crews, is not uncleaning the jib. When there's high wind and you're tacking, it is super important that you get that jib uncleated and to the right side of the boat quickly, because when you backwind the jib, it really pushes your boat through the wind. And that's just going to propel you straight into a capsize. So that one, you really got to be careful for. And as you can see in this clip, I'm just luffing because my boat is super keeled over and I know I'm getting overpowered. So I don't want any more powers to the sails. So I just let it completely luff. This one just definitely isn't as common, but it still happens, and I've definitely done it a lot. So it's when you're going straight from a downwind straight into an upwind. And you do this a lot when you're going around marks at regattas, like gates and stuff. So in that video you just saw there, they came around. I mean, it's not the best example, but you can still see nonetheless what I'm talking about. I think the best way to prevent this is right before you jive around the mark, is just sheet in a little bit. And that boom isn't going to be thrown across with all that force. So the number one reason for a capsize is weight displacement, and that's because this can mean a lot of things. So one of the reasons I want to talk about is if you hit a little bit too hard on a roll tack or roll jibe. As you can see, these guys did a good roll tack and they just came around, but you can definitely hit way too hard, and I've definitely capsized because of that. So just make sure you're hitting, but not too hard. And then the most common one is you're getting overpowered by the wind. As you can see, the skipper's fully luffing, and we're still getting overpowered. So just make sure you're hiking out and you're getting that boat flat, because a flat boat is a fast boat. And lastly, I want to talk about is have some common sense. If you can see that it's gusting crazy wind and you're 100 pounds, don't sail with someone who's 100 pounds. Go sail with someone who's heavy. So I think I just covered all the main reasons why you're going to capsize. So now let's get into how to uncapsize. So you're going to watch me capsize in a second, and I'm doing everything that I can to prevent it. Me and Maya are both fully luffed, and I'm hiking like crazy, but still we fall in. So I'm still holding onto the boat, and I make sure to let go because I don't want it to turtle. We have buoys on top of the mast to make sure that we don't turtle, but still it can happen. As you can see, I'm always holding onto the boat because it's a lot faster to get around than just swimming. Also, I'm clearly communicating to Maya by screaming and using hand movements to show her what I want her to do. You want the heavier person, in this case be Maya's same weight, so it doesn't matter. You want the heavier person to grab onto the centerboard as the lighter person comes around. This is a different angle of the same exact moment where I'm telling Maya, get up on the centerboard. And don't worry about other boats around you because Rule 22 says they have to avoid you. Remember this in a regatta, if you come across a turtled or capsized boat, you have to avoid them. I sped this up a little bit just because I'm getting untangled from ropes. Make sure you're fully free before you move because that can be really dangerous. So Maya, at this point, she's going to pull herself up onto that centerboard just to try to flip it over. And here I'm communicating to Maya, is she ready to lift herself up and pull herself up? And I grab onto the hiking strap. And the movement of her is going to swing me around. While I grab onto the hiking strap, though, I'm making sure not to put too much weight because I don't want to make it harder on her. At this point, I grab the tiller, and you need to make sure your jib's uncleated if it's not. And I grab Maya by the life jacket strap, and I'm going to throw her back in the boat. So this is why you need a good fitting life jacket. And make sure your straps are available. And this obviously isn't the only way that you can uncapsize. Here's a different way that's really similar. It's where usually the skipper, it's easier for them, hops up onto the backside and can do something called dry cap it. But there's also many, many other ways. I just think that this is the easiest and safest way. And of course, this isn't the only way that you can uncapsize, but I find this is the easiest and the best method.